What's up, guys? It is Off the Bench. We're live here in the Angel Share Garage Bar outside of a rainy Huntsville, Alabama this Thursday night. Here for the midweek update. We're going to talk everything from James Franklin officially being hired by Virginia Tech, as well as a bunch of other things, such as Alabama getting dropped completely out of college football. Not completely, but it felt like the way they just kind of punched us in the heart there. As an Alabama fan, and is really just a fan of the SEC, you shouldn't like this at all with how they're affecting Alabama with this. And then comparing us and Notre Dame on that, I didn't get that comparison. We're going to go after that here today and kind of explore the scenarios of what's happening for the college football playoff. Of course, I'm here with my co-host, Richie Jones. I keep forgetting to do that. Well, co-host Richie Jones over here. So let's get cool. So,
we're on YouTube, not radio.
Okay. Punching the balls there. I mean, that's what it really was.
It was a little low.
It was a low blow coming from the college football playoff, and maybe on how they dropped us almost out of the top 10, and then going us too far and saying, your schedule, because of your losses, you're not better than Notre Dame.
I mean, we played Georgia?
Yeah, and I think we beat them.
We beat Georgia, right?
Yes.
Did we play Vanderbilt?
Yeah, I think we beat them. That was on that stretch, right? That large stretch that Alabama's the only one that had that. Oh, I guess what they went 4-0.
They won 4 ranked games in a row.
Yes.
If I remember correctly. I've had a 4 bourbon season. We are in the Angel Share this season. But we did win 4 ranked games in a row, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. How many ranked wins does Notre Dame have?
Oh, let's
for the whole season.
1.
You want to count that one? They're not even ranked anymore. Didn't the team they beat no longer ranked?
I'm pulling up this schedule right now. I was trying to be prepared, but it did not happen.
Sorry, Pitt.
Because I had it, but unfortunately, Pops, if you have not noticed yet, he's actually flying in on a plane as we speak going to drive over here to the Angel Share Garage Bar. Private jet, landed.
He's chauffeurs picking him up.
Chauffeurs are picking him up, but he is not here yet. So, of course, I get to control everything today. It gets to be in my power, which means we're a little behind. If I can.
They were number 22, Pitt. I believe
yes.
They are no longer ranked, Pitt. Yes, they are no longer ranked, Pitt, who now get to go to number 16, Georgia Tech.
So 22 Pitt was who they were, right? Mm-hmm. They have lost number 10 Miami. They've lost number 16 Notre Dame. Okay, close to 27.
3 Texas A&M.
3, yeah, the 16 well, at the time.
Correct.
Right, and that's how I'm going to rank this thing. Okay, I get it because 22 Pitt, if 22 drops off his first name, right? They're still number 22 at the top, right? I'll buy on that deal. So number 10 Miami, 27-24, week 1, week 2. They go to 16 Texas A&M. They lose 41-40, close game. Then they go Purdue. They go Arkansas, Boise State, North Carolina State, number 20 USC, so these 2 ranked wins. Okay, Boston College 25-10, and then Navy 49-10, and of course the win over Pittsburgh 37-15.
I think they do 20-ish ranked.
Yes. Okay, so looking on the other side of the coin, where Bama sits is they have 4 ranked wins. Alabama. So how do you sit there and say with a great faith that Alabama doesn't have as good of a resume as Notre Dame? Because I get it. They come here to Alabama's ball. I'm completely on the full thing that happened. Oklahoma, if the committee wants to say, on the ranked wins part, it was good, the ranked loss, right? No. Okay. Oklahoma's a quality loss, right? Okay. Florida State, you can sit there and say that. I understand that. It was week 1. Those are 2 programs right now. Okay, completely bar to none, completely, totally different program. But now the college football playoff committee is going to sit there and say, well, we really value the ranked losses of Notre Dame compared to Alabama. Did you forget to value the ranked wins of the teams?
They did, and it is ultimately they told you why. The scooper that's ahead of the daggone thing gets on there with three tables and basically tells you, without telling you, that the reason for that is they cannot have Notre Dame and Miami in the same conversation, the same, what is it called, a group or a cluster. We are on YouTube, so I could finish that sentence if I want to. The cluster that would be, because they know at that point, once Notre Dame falls down so far and Miami pulls up so far, they now have to talk about those two teams together. And once we start talking about those two teams together, somebody of the 12-member committee has to raise their hand and go, question, teacher, didn't they play each other earlier in the season and didn't one of the teams win? And so therefore they would have to put Miami above it. So the way the ranking should be, first of all, Oregon, with bias on my end, I can understand the argument between Oregon and Alabama.
The problem is you can't find any really terrible their opponents really play each other. Correct. So that's always going to be a tough spot to put the college football playoff in.
And I think Oregon's going to lose. I think we did see if Oregon loses Saturday, based on the exact same scenario Alabama was in last week. At home, you're a favorite over a number 20-ish team coming into your house. If USC comes in there and beats Oregon, how far down does Oregon fall? How far up does USC go? Does USC then jump Alabama? Because then you're going to have the conversation of USC and Notre Dame. Somebody in that room will raise their hands and go, didn't those two teams play each other? And their answer will be yes. And so you have to have Notre Dame above USC. I think if you really play this out, you would then have Oregon behind USC. And really what it should be is Oklahoma, Alabama, Miami, Notre Dame, USC, Oregon. Oregon on Saturday. I'm not on Thursday night.
Did the prediction show yet? The prediction show will be Saturday morning, 9 o'clock to 11 a.m. We're here in the Angel Share Garage Bar. Pretty exciting week coming up. We got even more news to share. We'll share that later in the show as we get later with you today. But we'll share that as well. Of course, you can join us here 9 o'clock to 11 a.m. We're also broadcasting on the radio at 7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM. Huntsville here in the local area in North Alabama. You can also find us on iHeartRadio if you're in the car or something like that. Can't pull up the YouTube screen. It would be illegal or something like that, right? Can't do that allegedly, right? But you can find us right here at home, off the bench, live in the Share Garage Bar, review and games, stuff like that. You can do our at the end of the show for our segment. Hey, if you want to get in on that too, you can go to our Facebook page. It was posted yesterday. I actually did it on time this week. So you can go give us your picks there for this weekend's games, as we kind of have a light schedule this week. It's not as good as week past, but there's still a lot of ranked games that we'll definitely go through and talk about what's going to happen this weekend. So back to the conversation with the CFP. I just don't know. I think this is a hill I want to die on, because I don't think that Notre Dame and Alabama, I don't think it's comparable the way they're comparing it. And the way they compared it, I think was hey, there's too many clusters here. We don't know what to do. Let's just drop them below.
Right.
And they forgot what to do. Now, if USC and Oregon play this weekend, and you see USC come out and absolutely put a huge game on against Oregon and end up beating Dan Lanning, you could be sitting there in a spot with just a dream scenario for Alabama. One that could happen is drop Oregon out, okay? And with the lack of schedule and strength of Oregon, they're done, right? But Alabama got posed Was I surprised? No, but it almost seems like the Alabama Pride last year didn't say anything because, well, we didn't say anything. But Alabama fans, well, we definitely said something, right? But it just seems like the bias is there. We're done with Bama. Saban's not there to protect them. It's just gonna happen.
Right. Yeah. So, I want to ask a question. I'm going to play twofold question. Let's say nothing crazy happens early next year. Except, Texas beat Texas A&M. So two-part questions. Number one, part one, how far does Texas A&M fall? How far up does Texas go?
Well, I'm looking at 3 lost Texas right now. You wouldn't put Texas above Alabama. The schedule's going to change. You can't put Alabama below Texas. But again, I don't think you can put Texas A&M below Alabama because we saw it already. Okay, there's 2 ranked losses for both those teams. Okay, they were ranked 3 and 4 before this season.
Texas A&M was undefeated.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is they were ranked 3 and 4 before this last week. Now they're coming into the conversation. If that happens, like you're saying it happens, you can come up with this conversation of, well, does revert back to where it was before. Not necessarily the whole thing, but with Texas A&M slated above Alabama. Like, it wouldn't change anything. Maybe other factors around the college football playoff would, but it wouldn't change anything between those 2 teams. Obviously, the playoff committee thinks A&M is better than Alabama with the Oklahoma loss or the win, right? Either one, or vice versa.
Well, I'll even go. This just literally, as you were saying, this hit me. Alabama went from the best 1-loss team to a middle of the pack 2-loss team after losing to what they now deem as the number 8 team in the country.
See, and that's where the playoff committee loses. And we're looking at, there's people that want to go back and say, let's go back to BCS. Who's better? Computer systems play better.
I didn't hate the computers, and you took the human element. That was like a third of it, and the computer was a third of it. The schedule was 1/77th of it, or whatever. But okay. So the second part, second question. Okay, nothing crazy happened. Texas A&M beats Texas. Alabama, Texas A&M, SEC championship. I looked at, I've watched way too many other people talk about the 72 ties we have to call through. And it finally falls to that Alabama's opponents have a better record than Georgia's by 2%. Still keeps some craziness. And if it ties at that point, the 7th tiebreaker is to put all the names in a hat and draw. Just so you know.
Officially.
It could literally get to there's a hat, and names, and a draw. All right. Alabama wins the SEC championship. How high up does Alabama go? How far down does Texas A&M fall?
The problem is quality of man. Obviously, we got the playoff committee pick. They haven't.
I have a number for you on that.
I would say that no matter what, if you have that, Alabama, the winner of the SEC is going to be incumbent, no matter what.
So number 10, Alabama, assuming nothing crazy changes, they beat number 3 Texas A&M in Atlanta last second football.
Yeah.
They're 4th?
Yeah, 100%. You have Indiana at 3, and then they lose to Ohio State. That's what I think. Yeah. Ohio State at 1, Bama at 4.
Texas Tech at 2. Indiana at 2.
I don't think you can. You can't punish them.
If that's the case, why are we playing this game?
I mean, you have your point made right there. All right.
You don't put Alabama in as number 1 to 4. They had to play an extra game, don't get a bye, and still, that would be insanity at times.
The unspoken rule is the Big Ten is going to get
2 spots.
playoff bye no matter what. and so is the SEC. It's unspoken, okay, but that's what's going to happen.
If that doesn't happen, the SEC is going to just to burn the whole place to the ground.
Well, I mean,
he's going to pull a Morgan Wallen. He's going to be walking around with a can full of gas, trying to bum the plane.
You'll see the lobbies in the 16 playoff, big team proposed.
I think we should go 16, and I think the Power Four should make up 16, and then the other 5 make up a 16, and do everything.
So we've cried about this for a long time. Yeah, we've cried about it for a long time. Okay, before we end off this subject, okay, your ideal possible level would be 16
from the big.
Yeah,
there would be 2. Technically, there would be 3.
So you're cutting out.
Yeah. Unless, if so, my perfect scenario, you take the top 16 teams. I do not care what conference they're in. If 10 of the SEC teams are in the top 16, they get to win the tournament. I don't care. If there's only one SEC team in the top 16, they get to go. I don't care. Sorry, suck. Big SEC guy, big Alabama guy. If Alabama's number 17, then we get to go. Sorry, it is what it is. You take the top 16.
We're going to keep trickling down this argument. The argument of you form the top.
Yeah.
Which my argument would be at 16 should the team at 16 really be on the top?
Well, I mean, 68 and 69 can play in
March. We've seen those upsets happen in March. We have not seen those upsets happen this year.
And I would play the first round on the home, the top 8. The group of 5 would have their own 16-team tournament, unless, let's say, James Madison or Boise State or whoever has one of those seasons, and they're in the top 16, they have the choice. They can either be in the big boy tournament at whatever their rank,
or a group of 6,
or they can be number 1 in the group of 6.
See, if I had it my way, you already pulled the hat out of the bag, and you can't pull back. So you can't necessarily sit there and say, I'd like us to revert back to 8. You just can't do it. That'd be my ideal, to be 8. Because I don't think the teams that are going to get ranked 13, 14, they don't get a real shot at something. Okay, same in the 16, 17, 18, 19, they don't have a real shot. Okay, I haven't seen the upset happen yet. I don't think it will happen because teams are too good at this point in the season, unless you're Alabama, because it looks like Alabama's later when the fall-off is happening in Tuscaloosa. I just don't think those teams will be good enough to be a team that is high on their horse, like a large, I think Penn State right off the back, a larger Oregon ranked up there, or a Ole Miss, or a Miami, or a Florida State when they're good, or Penn State when they're good, right? So I just don't think that if you're in that scenario and you're on that cusp of making the playoff when it is 12 team and when it could be 16 teams, I don't think you actually deserve a shot. You know, if Alabama is that 17 teams, Alabama's that 13th team, that's where I'm with it. I don't think you should let Alabama in there. But as we're fighting for Alabama to try to make the playoff right now, and they're ranked at 10.
Right. So they should be in. So
yes,
I agree with you to an extent, except for last year, all of the teams that played in the first round won the second round. None of the 4 teams that got a bye last year won the second round game. Now, granted, it was all the weird with Arizona State and Boise State, but still Georgia, who got beat by Notre Dame, and Oregon, who got beat by Ohio State.
Your Cinderella in that scenario was Boise State. Right. Boise State didn't win.
Which is why that's why I'm saying top 16.
Yeah.
I think if we take 16 versus 1, yes. So this year, I don't have the thing. Yeah, 16 is Georgia Tech. The Georgia Tech would play at Ohio State. And so, yeah, do I think Georgia Tech has a chance of beating Ohio State in the horseshoe? Absolutely not. But do I think Notre Dame has a chance of beating Oklahoma at Oklahoma, or Alabama beating Oregon at Oregon? Absolutely. But you could have that 9 beat 8, that 10 beat 7 kind of scenario. But that's why I think it's 15. You get rid of the automatic, you get rid of the weird, weirdness of automatic bids. And you say top 16 teams, you rank them 1 through 16.
Well, and that's my scenario too. If I had my scenario of 1 through 8, we would have complete. Nope. Good. I like the first round bye, but your altercations between you limit the field so much more. So
hold on.
Okay, we'll play devil's advocate, but I don't want any auto bids, nothing like that. I think we're going to straight up. That's the 8 teams in the country. Now, my way, that's going to be this year's best 12 teams in the country.
Yeah, this is the 10 plus the ACC and the Power 5.
Yes.
All right. Oklahoma, Ohio State. At Ohio State. Who you got?
Oklahoma at Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State. I don't care how good of a defense Oklahoma played against Alabama. It's not going to happen. I think Ohio State's got that big one.
Oregon at Iowa.
Oh.
Not Iowa, excuse me, Indiana.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oregon at Indiana?
At Indiana.
Oh, Indiana. I mean, you saw what happened with Indiana going on the road to Eugene. You can't really change it at this point.
Mississippi State at Texas A&M.
I'd go Texas A&M in that report.
That was it. Texas Tech at Georgia.
Georgia.
All right.
In Texas Tech, don't get me wrong, they have one of the best defenses in the country, probably the best, a Heisman candidate on defense. But the problem is, it can't be. Georgia would completely destroy. I think Texas Tech. They would figure out a way.
Georgia, Ohio State in the Rose Bowl.
Georgia, Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. Ohio State.
Indiana, Texas A&M in the Orange Bowl. No, it wouldn't be in the Orange Bowl. It'd be in the Sugar Bowl.
Indiana, Texas A&M in the Sugar Bowl. Give me Texas A&M.
Texas,
strength of schedule in that aspect. I think Texas A&M would have a better strength of schedule.
Texas A&M, Ohio State in the Orange Bowl in Miami, January 20th.
Oh, man, that would be crazy. Hold on, we got to put a pause on that because our camera has just gone out, and we do have a Pop sighting. Pops, you want to prep director? We do have a Pop sighting here. Camera's back on.
Camera going on.
I do not know what's going on, and now we're completely delayed. We're back. We're good, Richie.
Sure.
Yes, we are good. Having some issues. And we do have a new listener with us. Ashton Stevens hitting us up. Check the music playing over, y'all. We did. We just got it down, I think. Yeah, you said thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you very much. So I do want to move on from this topic. We do have Pops. We have a sighting of Pops. So he is going to be present, it seems like, for the rest of the show. Although I think he's having headphones issues that I tried to figure out before the show. Didn't happen. Are they good now?
No, we're good.
Okay, good. All right. I guess we're good.
Your definition of present in Pops right now does not seem to be.
It doesn't. He's on his phone.
He's a little.
3 straight weeks of travel, guys. That's what happens when you got to work a real job.
I was surprised we were going to see Pops on the show tonight. I didn't think he was going to come join us, but he has, and it's great to see him. I know you've been on a plane for the last 8 hours. Seems like. Something like that.
Yeah.
He's a little jet lagged.
He's a little jet lagged. He's not completely in it yet. All right. So
and even he knows that Alabama's better than Notre Dame.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised this week with the college football playoff committee with, Bama having 4 ranked wins and Notre Dame having 1. And then
they have two.
They have 2. Excuse me. Sorry.
We've been through this on the show.
But yeah.
How dare you downplay them?
Then when you have a win like Alabama has with Georgia, at Georgia, and you think there's no playoff bias, no committee bias against Bama, and I get Bama lost at the wrong time of the year, okay, but before that they'd put up 8 straight wins. Nobody has done that like they did it in the SEC this year. I'm sure you guys have already said all of this, but yeah, I was a little surprised when they came out this week.
Well, to end on this conversation, I don't think that I think that the committee completely went on a run and said that obviously they're looking and looking at the ranked losses not the ranked losses. The committee is looking at the losses of both the teams and seeing how they weigh them. And they went and said that Notre Dame has better losses than Alabama. But I think they completely forgot to look at the ranked victories that Alabama has compared to Notre Dame. Notre Dame didn't go through a schedule where they had to go 4 straight opponents that were ranked in a row. And guess what? Bama beat every one of them.
Yeah, and win those games on 2 of those games on the road at the time, and when they played Missouri and Georgia. I mean, and what happened to the strength of schedule and all of that stuff,
The revamp of everything.
Yeah, whatever it is,
So
4 to 8 and all those kind of
They
things.
said that the strength of schedule does not come into play until all of the points have been made.
Sorry, so you're waiting to the final playoff rankings to do it, but yet you're already going to have a predetermined set, okay? Because they were working off what the AP was doing. Now they're working on what they're doing. So you're saying we're going to have a dramatic shift towards the end of the season? You're going to say that the rankings, when they come out on that Sunday morning, that there's going to be a dramatic shift because of the strength of schedule that is not being factored right now.
Correct, because we don't know the actual strength of schedule because everybody hasn't played everybody and everything.
I can look up what the Alabama strength of schedule is right now and tell you what it is.
I think it's like 5th.
What scares me with a lot of this, and I'm sure you guys, I'm 10 minutes late to the ball game here, but what scares me is even the comment around the SEC championship. If Bama was to lose that ball game and they go in with 3 losses, even though you got 2 other teams that are ranked above Bama, Mississippi, Ole Miss, and Georgia, and Bama, they went out. I know there's that statistic thing about Kentucky beating somebody.
I don't understand it. I don't
understand it either. Last time I checked, Bama beat Georgia. Georgia beat Ole Miss. We've got wins against Vandy. We got wins against Missouri. We got wins against Tennessee. But, okay, there is some statistical piece where Bama would be shut out of the SEC championship game.
So if it's a 3-way tie, it goes through the 5th tiebreaker, which we would automatically get to.
Yeah,
is the strength of record, the combined record of all the other opponents. Alabama is currently at 48%. All of our other opponents have won 48% of their games. Georgia is at 46. Ole Miss is 36. Texas A&M is 24%.
So Georgia would be the team that would
be Alabama, Georgia.
Yeah.
If Texas A&M was to lose. Now, if
Texas A&M were to lose,
if Texas A&M was to lose to Texas, it would be Alabama, Georgia.
But if Alabama goes, if we take care of business at Eastern Illinois this weekend, and then we take care of business on the road in Jordan-Hare, what was the Texas A&M? Where does they come into that? Well, Texas A&M would have the.
If Texas A&M wins,
on the other seed, they would be on the other seed.
They're automatically in. Alabama would play Texas A&M.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And I've got completely lost.
There is some craziness where if Kentucky was to win and then somebody else was to lose, there's a possibility that
LSU has to win.
Yeah. There's some other craziness.
2 out of the 3, and Arkansas is
the
3rd team that has to win.
So you're talking about 2 of the 3 teams that either have an interim coach or should have an interim coach.
Yeah.
Are relying on this to happen.
Yeah.
So that stretch, that 4-week stretch that we keep going back to, that Alabama won against ranked opponents, Notre Dame, that same 4 weeks, played at an SEC opponent.
Oh, it's going to be.
Oh, that's going to be Mississippi. Which game was that?
That was at Arkansas.
At Arkansas.
I remember
56-13.
The following week, they played Boise State.
28-7.
Boise ranked?
Nope.
At that point?
Nope.
Okay.
The following week, they hosted Boise State. They didn't even go to the blue turf. The blue turf came to them. The following week, they hosted North Carolina State.
All right.
And then the following week, they beat number 20 USC. That same time frame, Alabama beat number 5, number 16, number 14, number 11, then South Carolina, then LSU. Sorry.
And there's a reality where we can sit there and go back and forth with this all night long. And obviously there's some bias with us being Bama fans, right? Bama just got to win out.
Yeah.
If they don't win out,
what happened?
Okay. If you don't go, you're not going to lose this weekend. Okay. But you got to go into Jordan-Hare and play your best ball. Okay. I honestly feel Bama goes in at Jordan-Hare. Okay. And the offense puts up 402 yards, whatever it was, like they did against Oklahoma, and they don't turn the ball over, the ball game won't be close.
Right.
All right. But I mean, when you turn the ball over 3 times and you give up 17 points, you know, I was at the game and the energy in your stadium just died. I mean, absolutely died, especially after that pick six.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Yeah,
man.
John Paul hitting us up on YouTube. If Alabama loses to Auburn and Alabama somehow gets in the SEC championship and loses,
They can't do it.
It wouldn't happen. That wasn't even finished, but it would not happen.
Because
even if they go in and they lose the SEC championship, they would still likely be in the college football playoff.
If Georgia's done with SEC play.
Yeah, because they have Georgia Tech.
Ole Miss only has to beat Mississippi State, and I have for the last
classic Egg Bowl coming down the stretch.
I have tried to pull for Mississippi State every week for the last 5 weeks, saying that they were going to get bowl eligible. I will not pick Mississippi State next week in hopes that maybe there's some sort of reverse psychology going on. But I am picking Ole Miss to absolutely just beat Mississippi State by a bagillion points, keeping Mississippi State from being bowl eligible. That's just me just throwing it out there in the universe just because.
Any Lane Kiffin updates today? That
we are about to talk about that. We do need to move on.
Good transition.
Hey,
great transition. Pop's trying to keep us on schedule.
Keep us on the bench.
He is keeping us on the bench, and yeah, we're gonna go into that here real quickly. Actually, I had a graphic made for it, but it is now gone. Oh, I have it here. It's great. Here we go. All right, so Lane Kiffin.
We get him to put the hats up and let him like a recruit and go out there.
I tried to make that graphic today. Did not turn out so well, so I just reverted.
That seems like something Lane Kiffin would do. Is
put
all the hats out there and just walk up, just like put the visor on. And
so the news has been right now of, I don't know if y'all heard about the ultimatum given by Ole Miss, allegedly given to Lane Kiffin. About giving them an answer before the Egg Bowl.
Right.
According to Kiffin, he went on McAfee's show and he said that was false. But if you're Ole Miss, isn't that exactly what you would do to Lane Kiffin?
Well, my guess would be similar to how a lot of these coaches and everything, I haven't spoken to such and such team.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one at Ole Miss actually called Lane Kiffin's extension and was like, hey, listen, pimp, we need an answer by noon tomorrow. They probably called out to what's the guy's name? The guy that's the he's the big wig for every major coach in the country.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
They probably reached out to his agent.
Yeah, it was Kiffin's and Saban's guy, I think.
Yeah. They probably reached out to his agent and was like, hey, listen, we need an answer. And we're going to give you till like noon tomorrow. And then his agent went to him and said, hey, they'd like to hear from you.
It was an ultimatum without being called an ultimatum.
Right.
Essentially is what it was. Now, the news that has come out is Kiffin's has sent his family on private jets to Baton Rouge
before I got on the plane
and to Gainesville.
Yeah.
They have found a realtor in Gainesville.
Oh.
I do not know if they have found a realtor in Baton Rouge, but what did Saban do before he went to LSU? He sent Miss Terry down to Baton Rouge to go scope the place out.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing. I know when DeBoer came here, what he did was send his wife to the
you got anything red
tie? Do you guys
got anything red
story?
tie? Yeah, you got anything red tie? And the sales clerk goes, why do you need a red tie? Or is Kaylin going to Tuscaloosa? And she was like, well, I mean,
That's how it first got out.
Yeah. And this was this was in Washington, right?
Yeah.
And I guess they knew the guy. They bought the tie dealer before.
Yeah.
the tie dealer before, right? But it seems like that is what is happening in Lane Kiffin world, is he's sending his family to go scope the places out. Now, that really doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. I'm not claiming I know anything more than the rest of you all know, but it doesn't mean anything more than his family's going to go try to scope the place out. Is this a place they want to be at? Miss Terry didn't tell Saban, hey, let's go do this thing. Let's go move here right now. Miss Terry called back to Saban and said, this place sucks, essentially. So so his Kiffin's family's doing the same thing right now. And Lane may say,
And it
He may
wouldn't
choose to stay. He
It
may
wouldn't
choose to
shock
go.
me if this is Lane as absolutely trolling as
Oh, it
well.
could be as well. I mean,
when I was reading about the plane trip today, that there was some private charter that was directly went from
Oxford.
down to Baton Rouge and back, and this, that, or another. I mean, people track these tail numbers on these planes and all that
which
stuff.
I thought was supposed to be private now, but apparently it's not yet.
Yeah, I
Allegedly.
yeah.
That's how we were
But,
tracking you on the way here,
again,
Dad.
here we are speculating about what Kiffin's going to do. Kiffin's in the driver's seat.
I don't think Kiffin knows what Kiffin's going to do.
But I mean, he's in the driver's seat.
He may have not decided yet. I mean, this is a guy that's about to go play an Egg Bowl game, their rivalry game, okay? And then he's about to go to the college football playoff. He may not even be thinking about this.
I'll go a step further than this.
Yeah.
Tell me this doesn't sound like Lane Kiffin. Let me send my wife to Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she buys a purse. Maybe she walks down Bourbon Street.
Gets attached to.
Send my wife down to Gainesville. Maybe she goes and hangs out and gets her nails done, comes home. I've already told Ole Miss, yeah, I'm not going. But I ain't got to tell nobody else.
No.
Because then the second I tell the world, I'm staying at Ole, regardless which one he decides. Let's assume that he's only down to those three. That's a big assumption, first of all, that Penn State hadn't called him, somebody in the NFL hadn't called him, and he's narrowed it down to those three. He's got the three hats sitting on the dining room table. Is it not just a ploy for him in recruiting? Because the second he says, yeah, I'm going to Florida, LSU then hires whoever's second to them so that they can start recruiting. The longer he takes to make this announcement, the actual worse it is for those two teams when it comes to recruiting.
Well, see, in the whole, do you know how good of you know how much money ESPN could make off? Hey, Kiffin, we need you to sit down at the kitchen table and pick from three hats and tell us where you're going to go.
Pull a LeBron James decision.
Yeah, so
I'm taking my talents to South Beach.
That's how it feels like in college football right now, because it seems like the whole country is waiting to see what Kiffin's going to do. Is he going to go back and revive LSU football, go back and revive Florida football, right? Or is he going to stick at home at Ole Miss and continue doing what he's doing with the portal?
I think the telling response is whatever interview I saw him doing yesterday or whatever, and he had his running back was in the office with him. He was like, "Come over here," and the running backs, he goes, "Hey, we're in Ole Miss right now. We've got one loss. Let's just go have some fun." And he's not responding to the questions. What are you doing? He's literally looking at his players and saying, "Hey, let's just go have some fun.
Yeah,
let's have some fun while we can." I think that's telling.
Eerily similar to what Matt Rule did at Baylor when he went and coached the Panthers.
Yeah.
Matt Rule went to his players and said, "Hey guys, this is how it is. I've got a chance to move up to the big leagues just like y'all want to move up to the big leagues, okay? So we're going to go play this game and we're not going to think about it." Which
is a different statement than, "Hey guys, let's go have fun because I'm going to Florida next year."
I mean, another speculation, what if, right? But I mean, let's say Mississippi State finally pulls one off. They lose the Egg Bowl. All hell breaking loose in Starkville.
Well,
so all hell is breaking loose. Oh my gosh, I'm going blank. Oxford,
yeah.
Right? And it's like,
well, so what?
Let's go in the playoff.
Yeah,
let's go in the playoff.
So what happens though if we still don't have an answer of what Lane Kiffin is doing until Saturday morning after the Egg Bowl?
Yeah.
Okay. Right after Thanksgiving. If there's still no answer and they lose the Egg Bowl, what's happening?
Yeah, he's gone.
I think he's gone.
Yeah.
Or the same thing that happened at Texas A&M. They announced a big 5-year bagillion-dollar extension, and they go down 30-3 at halftime, and then come back and pull off the greatest comeback in the history of Texas A&M football.
Yeah.
That would be just rip the hearts out of.
It would be something.
Yeah, all the state fans.
It just seems like it seems like all we've talked about over the last couple of months now is who's going to be at LSU, who's going to be at Florida.
One of the biggest issues.
We know Franklin's going to VT.
He is. He did sign VT,
great job, VT.
And this is one of the bigger issues.
Great job for him.
It is. It's just one of the biggest issues in our sport is what have we been focused on for the last 6 weeks, really since Franklin was fired?
Focus on the dang coaches and not where the focus should be.
Because you know why?
because
And
of
I'm
the
not
schedule.
it's the schedule. It's really the schedule of it's money one.
Yeah.
And it's the schedule of the signing day.
The changing of the signing day, the changing of the NIL, the changing of the transfer portal. We now have to fire your butt 4 weeks into the season so we can start figuring out who's going to be our next guy.
To recover a class next year.
Yeah.
Essentially what it is. It's recovering the class next year. But yet the people that are in control of this sport, what are they doing right now? They're trying to expand the playoff field to make more money.
If you go to 16, it doesn't change the schedule, by the way, of what's already there. It's the screwed up schedule that already is.
Yeah, but it gives them
any more screwed up.
Yeah, but that's 4 more games they get to make money off of. Well,
4 more teams, 2 more
games. 2 more games, yeah.
Technically 3 more games.
Yeah. But essentially that's how it would be.
Games,
I mean, it's a moneymaker, and that's the biggest issue in our sport now. The other issue in our sport is specifically Alabama, with the fans already calling. They're wanting to sell stock on the board already.
Sounds like a terrible time.
No, they're not selling stock.
They want to sell stock on the board. They are pulling out of what they thought they had in the board because he loses to Oklahoma.
So they sold when they lost to Florida State.
They
bought after Georgia.
They're selling low, buying high. Well,
and it's selling low again.
I mean, which is exact.
I'm telling you right now, the true fans, the true Bama fans.
Well,
okay, I'm not selling the board. I'll put it right back on you. Okay.
Well, what I
think I saw this on Josh Pate's show this week.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, get rid of the board. Tell me who else is it? Who is it?
Well, that's what I would say. But who is the next guy? Okay.
It's not.
Who's the next guy that is closest to the standard of the Nick Saban football that you're used to that is available right now? A little different than Pate's statement that he made this week.
I don't think there is
available
one
right now.
Lane Kiffin?
No, Lane's not available.
Is Lane the standard?
No. And Kirby Smart's not the standard.
It's Ryan Day.
It's
like Pate was talking
maybe.
About.
Well, even if
Ryan Day was one play away last year from losing the game that would have got him fired.
That is true.
They turn around.
Okay, and if they lose against Michigan this year, we're talking about closest to the standard, though. I don't think there's anything closer to Ryan Day. I just wish you played a better schedule.
I don't think there is another repeat.
Kirby Smart right now is pretty close to the standard. He's got 1 loss on the season.
Yes,
I saw a meme this week that said Georgia can't beat Alabama, Texas can't beat Georgia, Oklahoma can't beat Texas, and Alabama can't beat Oklahoma.
But the closest to the standard right now that is available and open to a new job. We just lost Franklin, who probably would have been the closest that was available to a good standard in football to set. Okay, Kiffin would be the other guy. There's one more guy that I've been waiting on this list, and he has 3 losses right now. But if you put him in, the problem is he's in a pretty darn good situation right now anyways.
Lanning?
Not Lanning.
Lanning.
Lanning had that. I don't know how you could put Lanning close to the standard with his loss to Indiana, even though it's another good team. The schedule he plays this week.
Indiana's coach. I mean,
it's not Signetti.
I'll argue that if you want to look at a
Steve Sarkisian
protege and talk about what they've done, and
Pops can't hear me.
I
Pops
heard
can't
you.
hear me.
He's going to the NFL.
Steve Sarkisian.
Who?
Steve Sarkisian.
Texas.
Oh, I mean, you know my love for Sark. I mean, I would take Sark, but But again, I'm going to come back and say it. I don't think there will ever be another Saban in Alabama.
Well, there won't. And Pate said it on his show this week too. As we keep
the way
Pate here.
Football is structured right now with NIL,
you can't do it. That's
And I think that's one of the things that I heard this week is that when Saban was in his heydays at those teams in 14, 15, whatever those great 3-year run.
The defensive heavy teams, and then you
8 points against us.
You went defensive heavy, and then you changed with the game.
Football anymore.
Yeah.
You got quarterbacks.
The way NIL works, the way these kids shop for dollars. No,
they said the same thing after Bear Bryant, but it'll be another 20, 30 years before you have anything remotely close to that.
Well, and I think the game has to change again. You're going to have to completely see a change in structure, and with how the teams are changing, with how conference realignment's happening, right in the next couple of years when the ACC inevitably breaks apart.
And Miami and Florida State.
Florida State, Clemson. Pick a handful of teams that want to go to the SEC. North Carolina, Virginia Tech, okay. Then you have a handful of teams that go to the Big Ten, and then a handful of teams that go to the Big 12, right?
No, because you basically at that point you'll have an AFC, NFC.
Yeah,
you'll have about 6 will go to the SEC. Texas Tech,
You'll have SMU will go to the Big 12.
SMU and Texas Tech will go to the Big 12. The Big 12 will go up to like 22.
Texas Tech is in the Big 12 already.
No, they're in the Big. Yeah,
Texas
I'm sorry.
Tech is in the
Big 10. SMU and Texas Tech will go to the Big 10.
I disagree. I think SMU will go down to the Big 12.
The Big 12 won't exist anymore.
I don't know how the Big 12 won't exist
What
anymore.
I'm
They've
telling
already
you.
spent so much recovering from the days of losing Texas and losing Oklahoma.
But what I'm telling you is when the next big break is the SEC is going to be somewhere between 20 and 24 teams.
Good
and the Big 10 is going to be 20 to 24 teams. And it's your playoff is going to be just like the NFL. The best team in the SEC gets a bye. The next 7 play each other. The Ohio State gets a bye. The next 7 play each other, and we play a tournament, and you have the Super Bowl.
Back into conferences again, though,
and that's why
conferences, 4 teams in each or 5 teams in each, whatever it is.
Yeah. You basically have the NFL light at that point. Yes. Will the Big 12 still exist? Yes, but it's going to be full of.
And they'll go down to a group of 6 kind of.
There'll be
conference
Baylor but I think also part of that is you'll have the Big 10 will look at where can they cut fat? Can they get rid of Rutgers? Can they get rid of Maryland? Can they get rid of Northwestern?
Wow, but you're going to look at that. We always think about that in terms of football, but you also got to think in terms of baseball, basketball.
There's no money there. They do not care. Those
well, in basketball, they would probably care about Rutgers.
You may keep the conferences as we currently know them. In basketball, I'm talking about for football. They do not care about Maryland.
Well, what if the SEC were to cut fat? Okay, would you go out there and say, "Okay, we're going to cut fat. We're going to cut Kentucky.
We're going to cut
Kentucky's legacy in the SEC. You're not going to lose Kentucky.
But
if
the
you
bigger
were to
difference,
cut fat, and you're directing this towards football, where the money is at,
cutting Kentucky football.
But you won't see. But you will not see a split in conference for Kentucky. They've been historically in the SEC. Yeah. So if you cut them out of football, you're going to cut them out of basketball too.
At that point, nobody cares. I'm telling you, if it gets to that point, no one cares. The money is in football.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
And if we are headed down, and as sad as this is to say, and I know that I am saying this over the YouTube world, it is all about the money. We are headed nose first into an NFL light system where you're going to have 20 to 24 teams in the SEC, 20 to 24 in the Big 10. Notre Dame better get in one of them, or they're going to be left out as well. The rest of the little rascals are going to have their own little tournament that nobody cares about. That's going to be on the CW.
It's going to be a long time until Notre Dame, I think, joins the conference because
it's going to force Notre Dame to join a conference.
Well,
this little independent stuff of theirs is just getting old. Nobody knows what to do with them.
But
so let's put them at number 9.
But here's the thing with it, though. Okay, if you're Notre Dame, you just won that battle, so you're happy where you're at, right? Okay, right above Alabama currently. Okay, what did they do last year?
They made it to the national championship game.
Okay,
they did make it to the national championship game.
What happened with that?
They got stomped.
They may have gotten stomped, but what happened with that? Where did that money go to? Because it's usually split between the conferences.
They got every bit of it.
They got every bit of it. That's why in the hell would you go join a conference?
I have to split it.
The powers that be, the czar of college football would have to make it where, sorry, you can't play in the tournament if you're not in a conference.
They attempted that. They essentially attempted that without doing it. They did it without saying it, okay? And Notre Dame got around it, okay? Right, because
Notre Dame's always had that lucrative NBC deal.
The money is going to Notre Dame. They will not join a conference anytime soon.
Yeah, they did it, and didn't they do it in basketball one year? They did something.
They did it.
They were part of the ACC in basketball.
Yeah.
In 2020, though, they played the ACC schedule.
They are ACC in every other sport.
Yes, and then they played the ACC in football.
In COVID, didn't they win an ACC championship?
Even today, they are considered an ACC in all other sports
except football.
Yeah,
but when you have a deal you have an NBC deal. And then you have
how are you as ACC okay with that? Because you just said if they made $5 million for making the tournament, that okay. Oh no, that goes to our basketball program.
Somehow they get around it.
But speaking of the NBC lucrative deal, this is my little portion of the show where I talk about the Disney and how much they dropped the ball on this little. Hey, we're not going to show you on YouTube TV for 2 weeks. Have you heard what we get out of all this?
No, I have not.
So part of the agreement that YouTube TV basically took Bob Iger over their knee and told him who was their dad, reminded them who his daddy was. YouTube TV will get all ESPN programming, including the stuff that they have deemed exclusive to the ESPN contact, and will have access on your television, not just through the app, on your own television, to ESPN Ultimate at no additional cost, which includes all WWE Premier Live events. So not only did Disney lose $100 million by taking taking their ball and crying and going home for 2 weeks, they had to come back and bring their ball back. And YouTube TV was like, "Oh, and that app that you've created that's supposed to be $30 a month and has all this exclusive stuff, yeah, our 10 million customers get it, not just on their phone. Not do they leave my app and go to your app to watch it. They get to watch it on my app."
You know, I thought the funniest thing out of that whole situation was
What?
the situation that Pat McAfee was put in.
Oh, yeah, because Pat's like, yeah.
Because Pat knew what the right thing was, but he couldn't go out there and say what the right thing was.
Yeah.
And they didn't even send Bob Iger to do the negotiating. They sent Dana Walden, who's over ABC News right now, who was best friends with Kamala, like literally introduced Kamala Harris to her current husband and was in place to be the new CEO if Kamala won the presidency, because now the Disney CEO is in bed with the president, but since that didn't work, and so now
Richie is a Disney adult, if the audience did not know.
Former cast member. I keep up with it way more than I should, and the stock has been stagnant for 10 years.
Like Peter Pan?
No. I was
Seven Dwarfs?
True story. Okay. So I'll tell the quick version of this story. So I go down there to do the college program. I'm lined up I know what I'm supposed to be doing, quick service, food and beverage, but you don't know where. So we're in this big long line. This lady waddles up to me. She's 5 foot tall, 5 foot around. Literally waddles up to me, looks at me and goes, "How tall are you?" I said, 6'2". She goes, "Come with me," grabs me by the arm and jerks me out of line, throws me up against a wall that has a tape measure taped to it. He goes, 6'1.5", back in line. I felt offended. Like I didn't know what was going on.
Didn't quite reach it.
That extra half inch is everything.
It really is. So there are two sets of characters at Disney. There are what they call Mickey and Mickey's friends. They are 5'2" to 5'4". And then there's Goofy and Goofy's friends, which are 6'2" to 6'4". You literally have to be at least 6'2" to be one of those characters.
Oh.
I have never been so happy in my life to be a half an inch short. Because I would have been stuck in a suit signing autographs for 6 months.
Makes a difference.
Yeah, 6 inches will change your life.
All right, guys, this has been Off the Bench. We still got a little bit to go here, but I did want to announce some news here towards the end of the show. We're going to be doing a live show here in North Alabama at Field Day.
New restaurant.
New restaurant bar here in Huntsville. Unfortunately, the way we had to do this deal and the people at Field Day have been very gracious during this whole thing and trying to figure out how to do it, because we're going to be there Saturday morning from 9 to 11, the Saturday after, or the morning of the Iron Bowl. November 29th, I think, is the date.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Field Day does not open until 11 o'clock. So we will have to be there set up at 9 o'clock and doing the show from there from 9 to 11. And then as soon as the doors open, y'all can come in and see us. But until then,
I'm gonna do an extra hour of YouTube, maybe.
Maybe we'll talk about it and see what we can do.
We'll sign autographs.
Anything we can do, right?
We could get like 8x10s of us made, and we could sell the pictures, and we could sign them with Sharpies.
What about Bikes for Bust? You ever work anything out with what Mojo's doing right now?
We have not done anything with Bikes for Bust yet. There's still Bikes for Bust just started today. If you guys know Mojo, he was out there with us a couple weeks ago at the Kick It for Dana charity kickball tournament. And he does this charity event each year, Bikes or Bust, and he's
here in Northern Alabama. Yeah,
Northern Alabama. I forget the location of it this year. It used to be the Ashley Furniture Store, and then they went to the Trash Panda Stadium, and now they've kicked it somewhere else. So we'd have to get a confirmation on that.
Yeah, I'm
see
just
where
curious.
they're at. But nothing has been finalized. They're trying to figure that out. Maybe we'll go meet them out there for it. But yeah, I mean,
Director Pops has been kind of out of
his Director Pops has been out of town, private jets,
3 weeks.
3 weeks, football games that we weren't invited to, what happened, stuff like that.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Richie, little
Yes,
show
sir.
information for Saturday. You will not be here with us.
I will not be live with you. I may call in and give my 2 cents where necessary, but my adorable, beautiful 9-year-old daughter has a cheer competition Saturday in Birmingham. So I get to go cheer for my favorite team, not the Alabama Crimson Tide, but the Ace Cheer Company and the Redbirds and the Cards. She's actually on 2 different teams, and she gets to do both competitions Saturday.
Well, there you go. Sounds like a fun time.
It is. Love you, kiddo. She
All right,
thinks it's
guys.
awesome that Daddy's on YouTube.
Yeah, we if I could speak, we will be back with you guys Saturday night from 11 a.m. here on YouTube. Of course, you can find us on iHeartRadio and 7:30 a.m. 103.9 FM Jocks Huntsville here in North Alabama. If you're tuning in from the car, anywhere like that, you can go listen to us there and just hang out with us Saturday morning. It's a fun time. Richie Jones will be with us, but he may be over the phone. Pops will be with he here in the studio as he gets back to his
Thought about
director
going to
ways.
the game on Saturday.
Oh, okay. He's going to leave me again. I see how it is.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that hadn't worked the last couple times you've gone to
I
a
know,
game. But
Yes.
I've been there for 2 of
We
Bama's
just-
biggest losses, and
We've decided you can't go without.
Yeah.
I'm charmed that
and you were at Vanderbilt.
you were at
I was at
Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. I have been to 3 games where Bama has lost.
I have not been
Well, that's Texas, Vanderbilt, and now Oklahoma.
I haven't been to an Alabama loss since 06.
Oh,
I don't think I've been in the stadium for.
I will tell you,
Knock on wood.
for all 3 of those losses, you know which one hurt the most?
Vanderbilt.
Always Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
It was Vanderbilt. We're
Yeah.
sitting right next to the student section. Great seats for a game. We've been pouring beers and talking smack all day, and man, those students let us have it. All right, Kelsey.
Speaking of letting have it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, get notifications, tell your friends, tell your family, do the same thing for them. We appreciate all of y'all out there watching and getting the word spread.
Of course, guys. This has been Off the Bench. We'll be back with you guys Saturday here live on YouTube. See you then.